What the absolute is this shit? So the new Skibidi toilet episode we've all been waiting for the past 3 days finally dropped, only for it to turn out to be a new series called Skibidi Toilet Emergence. And let me just say, words cannot describe my absolute rage at this disaster. This video is basically gonna be a rant, and I don't give a single because this is absolute garbage. First off, this wasn't some random beginner UE5 animators. No. This abomination was made by professionals, people actually hired by Invis and Boom himself. It was made in Unreal Engine 5, one of the most advanced animation tools out there. And somehow, they still managed to turn it into a steaming pile of garbage. So in today's video, I'm gonna tell you everything wrong with this absolute abysmal dog shit of an episode. Like genuinely, I don't even know how they managed to screw this up this badly. I'm also adding a slop counter for every time something goes wrong because trust me, it's gonna fill up fast. The animation isn't the only thing that is bad. There are a bunch of plot holes which is kinda ruining the story of Skibidi Toilet. So without further ado, let's head into it. The episode starts with a little speech, some flashbacks, and we even got some scenes remastered using Unreal Engine 5. But hold on, what the hell is going on with the scaling here? Why is TSM so damn tiny? Maybe it's the camera angles, but everything just looks off. Anyway, the girl giving the speech starts talking about the toilets and then drops a mention of the sky people, which of course are the Astros. And then we get this third-person shot of Hugo, straight out of the ending of episode 78. It honestly doesn't look bad, until you see that Hugo isn't even holding his katana. Anyways, the girl mentions the secret agent sending a signal across Earth, talking about a key that would unlock the secret weapon, then calls out a member of the Alliance, Lucky Cameraman, who's described as the key to everything. How does this random girl even know of secret agent's identity? In fact, how do people even know he exists and is actively planning on something? This would also mean the Astros would know, since even this little girl knows. That's not very secretive of you, secret agent. Anyways, a few more yapping, then we get a scene with the Watchman of Doom and the plunger statue, but he misses the shot, I guess. Is this intentional? I'll still count this in the slop counter. Anyways, there it is. Skibidi Toilet Emergence. This sucks ass, and you'll see more reasons why soon. Trust me. After a few seconds, it cuts to the POV cameraman, Lucky, detective, and a TV man outside Alpha Hill's lab. Why couldn't they send stronger reinforcements? It's literally just a small squad, so let me get this straight. They send Lucky Cameraman, Detective Cameraman, and a few random unarmed guys on a stealth mission into Alpha Hill Labs and expect it to go smoothly? The TV man is also pretty defenseless, like it's just a random TV man. Nothing is really special about him. They are here because a signal is sent for Lucky Cameraman, and they are here to investigate it. We then get terrible animation movements. You're gonna see a lot of that in the episode. And then out of nowhere, a specialist Astro toilet warps in. And correct me if I'm wrong, but specialists don't even have warp abilities in the main series. It's completely inaccurate and just breaks the logic of Skibidi Toilet. The specialist then just warps away without even noticing them. And right after that, Lucky does this weird pose trying to get away. But you know what makes this even worse? Look at the cuffs. Lucky could just slip out so easily. How did the animators mess this up? The squad then planned to run to the entrance, and they do so without getting caught. It then cuts to them opening the entrance door using Secret Agent's master key. But hold on, wasn't the master key lost in episode 70? So why is it suddenly here again? And wait a second, why can't the TV man just teleport them inside the base to begin with? None of this makes sense. Suddenly the signal cuts off, and then we get a scene with a couple of Alliance members in a gray room, probably for surveillance of Lucky. Then you start noticing the details and it just falls apart. The scaling here is completely all over the place. Why is TV woman this big? Why is this speaker man so tiny? And hold on, why is Polly even here? He shouldn't be at all since he's injured. By the way, if you actually want to see what their sizes are supposed to look like, you should check out my Skibidi toilet size comparison video. Trust me, it's way more accurate than whatever this episode tried to pull off. Moving on, signal returns and we return to the POV cameraman, who then zooms in to a proportionately wrong Astro Trooper. Why is his laser so goddamn long? The POV then looks to its left, peeks through a crack in a door, phases right through it for some reason, and then we get a reveal of a room packed with Astro toilets. And right there in the middle of it all is the Hunter himself. The Astro toilets are watching a broadcast of Secret Agent repeating, "Follow my signal, Lucky," on repeat. Again. Why is the Secret making his presence known? That's not very secretive of you, Secret Agent. One thing I noticed is, what are the Astros doing in Alpha Hills anyways? Plus, there are multiple Astros watching the Secret Agent saying the same thing. What's the point of this? Why is there just a room, with Hunter and a bunch of other Astros on TVs watching the Secret Agent? This is just so weird. The Astro toilet notices them and they ambush the squad, leaving the TV man dead. This is really weird because TV men don't actually die. Titan TV man says this himself. Also, I'm glad this guy is dead to begin with because before this, he says, "Time for me to leave," implying he was gonna leave the squad. Even a cameraman 3.0 would do a much better job infiltrating the lab. What a useless TV man. TV man aura is ruined. He was literally one-shotted by an Astro trooper. Even scientist TV man survived interceptor shots. We then get this supposedly terrifying shot of an Astro trooper, and holy shit, he looks absolutely terrible and uncanny. I can't stop laughing at it. It's like they tried to make him intimidating, but instead, he comes off looking awkward and completely unpolished. To make matters worse, his size is totally off, way bigger than what he actually is in the main series. The trooper dies, and we get this totally cool chase scene. The Astro troopers and specialists all have wrong sizes, moving like they're made by beginner animators. We get chopped-looking models. The effects are ugly, choppy, and don't even look like they belong in Unreal Engine 5. The scene tries to be intense, but it just ends up feeling sloppy and unintentionally hilarious. Anyways, they head into a room, Lucky gets consumed by green energy, and they all travel somewhere, I think. I don't even know what happened. They wake up in a room with a bunch of skeletons lying around. Lucky is glowing green. We get a board with random drawings, and lo and behold, they finally see the Secret Agent. He starts talking about the Master Key and how it fused to Lucky, explaining that Lucky must finish what the Secret Agent could not. Then he goes on to say that Lucky is the key to the secret weapon for some reason, and honestly, I'm completely lost here. So this is the secret weapon? This looks so generic, a random gun. To be honest, I really have no idea what Lucky's actual significance is to the Secret Agent. Up until now, he was just a spy carrying out orders, nothing more. But now suddenly, he's the most important member who is supposed to finish the war. It doesn't make sense, and feels really forced. On top of that, I don't understand why the Secret Agent couldn't just do what Lucky is doing. He couldn't activate the secret weapon by himself? Maybe it's some kind of plot convenience, or maybe Lucky really is just Lucky after all. Either way, it's confusing and makes the whole situation feel kind of random. One thing that bums me out is the GOAT himself. G-Toilet isn't even being mentioned, even though he's probably also working on the secret weapon. So you're telling me the Secret Agent dumps all the pressure on one cameraman, then sends him straight into Alpha Hill Labs, which is literally an Astro base now. What if he got killed? Would the entire secret weapon plan just collapse like that? Suddenly, the Hunter, who by the way, was ported terribly, barges in and he captures Lucky. He kills the POV cameraman, and just like that, the camera loses connection. How did Hunter even find them to begin with? How can the Secret Agent let this happen after going through this stealth mission? And I guess the Astros want Lucky alive, even though he can supposedly end the war using the secret weapon. To top it all off, the episode ends on TV woman's terrible head model. Unreal Engine my ass. So yeah, in conclusion, this is a literal 3 out of 10 for me. Even 79 Part 3 is leaps above this shit. This new series is already starting off terribly, and I honestly fear the worst for the future of this franchise. If this is how they're handling animation from the very first episode, then what the hell is going to happen with episode 80? How is Titan Speakerman 3.0 gonna look? I seriously hope they don't get butchered like this. But you know what really makes me pissed off, aside from the sloppy animation and the completely nonsensical plot? It's the fact that the Invis guys are actually out here acting like this was peak content. Saying this was better animated than episode 78. Yep, it's over.